have control over your dog. You don't have to worry about him chasing them or you know, running off somewhere. He's by your side. You always have control. Plus, it really builds that that specific bond between the owner and the dog.
Oh, he grabs.
So we're almost 134 degrees.
Of completely still air.
29 minutes in. So we've increased over a degree per minute so far.
It's awful.
And so we're sitting right around the 138. So right at 138 right now is where we're sitting at.
And in 15 seconds, we're both going to sling our doors open, and I'm sure the 95 degrees outside is going to feel like it's 20.
It's going to feel like a meat freezer when we open these doors. That's how great it's going to feel. It's hard to comprehend what a difference of 38 degrees makes. Are we there?
We're there.
All right, I'm done talking.
There's 40 right there.
Again, Carmelo is the tiniest dog that off-leash canine training has ever trained. He is I think he's just over 3 pounds now, still the smallest. Again, his owner was really concerned with obedience in the house. That was her biggest concern. Behavior, so places is going to be huge. Down is going to be huge. Stable sit, stable down, all that stuff. That's all big obedient commands around the house that she's going to need with Carmelo. So we're going to go ahead and get started with place, and then I'm going to throw in some distractions. Carmelo, come. Good boy. Carmelo, place. Good boy. He likes to face the camera, so that's why he went around. Carmelo, place. Good boy. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my daughter and her friend kind of walk by. Kaylin's going to have a stroller, which is going to be a huge distraction. And we're just going to make sure that Carmelo stays in his stable place. So go ahead, Kaylin, just walk by. Good. Now turn around and go ahead and walk back through. Evita, you can go ahead and run by if you'd like. There you go. Perfect. Alright, so that's obviously really good stability for a 3-pound Yorkie. Carmelo, right? Good boy! Good boy, buddy! Bella, touch. Good girl. Right. Good girl. Good girl.
Now that it's the off season, dogs are allowed back on Horry County beaches during certain times of the day. If you need some help training your pet, you can turn to pros like Off-Leash Canine Training. They specialize in dog obedience and have trained a number of stars pets, including Oprah Winfrey and the WWE's The Miz. The company's owner says it's important for pet owners to have total control when children and other dogs are nearby.
Panicked, and then you saw in the video for sure.
Yeah. I mean, have you ever experienced heat like that in your life?
You know, we were talking about this when we were in the vehicle. I've been in a sauna before where it's gotten up to 120 degrees, and the good thing about a sauna is you can get out at any point. You know, we were essentially trapped in there for 40 minutes, and you know, dogs and kids, you know, they don't know when they're going to get out. So panic sets in, and it's a lot worse for them than it was for us. So.
Yeah. Now, we've heard a lot of tips on, you know, how to prevent this from happening, and there are a lot of great information. We'll have some of that information on our Pet Show Facebook page. But one of the biggest things that I just kind of wanted to say before we end this segment is that, you know, your advice for what to do if you see a kid or an animal locked in a car. What's your advice?
I mean, first, I would always say the first course is action. Call law enforcement, try to let them deal with it. But if you feel, based off seeing the dog or the car, that it's a dire situation, that something's needed done ASAP, I personally would break the window and get the dog or the child out. Yeah.
I mean, the advice from law enforcement and animal control is definitely call 911 first. If you're outside of a store, find the manager or something like that. But yeah, I mean, I remember being almost like 9 months pregnant, and it was July, and seeing a woman walk out of her car, lock her door, and go into a store. And I waddled across that parking lot and chased after her and fussed at her, and she actually ended up getting the car and leaving. Maybe she just made the block, I don't know, but she did actually leave. So it's just kind of like when you're on the train, see something, say something, and do something.
Exactly.
So, well, thank you guys for illustrating this for us so very clearly. Nick Light, Joey Zitzelberger from Off Leash Canine Training. You can find out more about them there, and you'll have that video up on your website too, I'm sure, right?
Yes, we already do.
Okay, awesome.